Now, this would not be my number one recommendation for anyone looking to get a soundbar right now. There are a dozen out there that cost half the price, and you'd be perfectly fine until you heard this one. This is the Bose 700 soundbar. Now, I wouldn't call it so much of a looker, but that reflective top does get your attention. It screams that it was made with extreme precision in mind. It's got a decent weight to it. Makes you know you're about to get premium sound. But of course, there's a good reason you might want to think twice before pulling the trigger on this soundbar. At the time of this recording, there is no Dolby Atmos support on the Bose 700. It costs $1,000, and to get a well-rounded experience, you would need to purchase the base module for $900. That's the cost of not one, but two Sonos Soundbeam speakers, which do support Dolby Atmos. So why do we have a conversation about the Bose 700? Well, for one, even though it doesn't have the bells and whistles other soundbars do have, it sounds great. And there's a reason why. After you've set up your soundbar, you'd immediately notice its supreme sound quality. Sound frequencies are distributed and separated perfectly, with a soundstage with zero distortion. Somehow, it's able to direct sound above, below, and all around you, without Dolby Atmos. So how exactly are they doing this? It turns out, Bose have developed its own technology called Base Guide. This allows them to use tiny transducers to transmit multi-directional sound to areas they shouldn't be coming up from. And the results speak volumes. If you choose to purchase the Bose 700, you'd be pleased to know that setup is painless. After turning on the soundbar and the light indicator comes on, you would need to connect the adaptive headset to the soundbar to tune the sound according to the acoustics of your room. Simply head over to the App Store and download the Bose app. Once completed, it will take you through a series of instructions to guide you on how to configure your soundbar. It will prompt you to register your email, first and last name. Then, this would grant you access to the control center of your soundbar. Tap on the icon on the lower right corner of the screen and go to Audio. At the very top of the screen, you would see the Adaptive tab. I already have mine set up. I was born ready. However, you would need to run yours. Click on Get Started and follow the on-screen instructions. Now, your system would do a series of echolocations, and when it's done, it will prompt you once the process is completed. And finally, we have the remote. There are no keys inside, but every time you pick up the remote, they light up, which is quite intuitive, although I do imagine it would burn through those batteries. That it does need a lot of, for them to be exact. This has come to be expected, but I do like the fact that it's Bluetooth, so there's no line of sight required. It comes equipped with an HDMI port, which is an audio receive channel, the standard input selection, the obvious power adapter port, the optical and Ethernet ports as well, and at the back of the base module is the same story. You've got your power port, the service cable, the status indicator light, and a bass in. So what are my closer remarks? If you are on a budget, I would not recommend this soundbar, especially because there's so many other options out there like the Sonos 500 or even the Sony bars. But if you do go with the Bose, its sound quality is so good that none of its shortcomings would even matter.